guys. Sorry for the lighting if it's bad. Hold on. Hey guys, so it's Deanna and I'm coming back with another video. I just woke up not too long ago, so excuse me, but after, dealing with Kanika's energy, I feel very, very, very tired. Like very tired. I feel so drained. And it's like physically draining. I feel like I kinda wanna pass out. Like ever since I channeled, it's like it's just a lot of emotions. I feel like I want to cry right now. It's like my chest over here ever since, and I just seen an orb over by my papers. So let me get straight into it. Everybody's been wanting me to do a Kanika Jenkins update video, and I guess today was just one of those days. Initially, I was going to do the mom that just spontaneously killed her 2 kids, because an orb went straight across the word set up. But then somehow I was led to Kanika's video. It was a new video, and then from there everything just went left. So let me just tell you what I've seen. And I physically started crying at a certain point when she basically told me I was right about what I've seen. You guys, I don't want to get emotional like I did last time, but let me keep going. Alright, so an orb went straight across. Well, this was the sentence. She didn't resist until he bit her boob. The orb went straight across until he bit her boob. So yes, there was a rape, and I guess she snapped out of it, or she came to when he physically bit her. Let me keep going. The orb went straight across negligent when talking about the staff, like the hotel staff, and the orb went straight across sort of contact, and she was murdered. And then a orb went straight across. Mom is still crying. And then a orb kept appearing over crying. So I circled it. And that's when I seen the words felt dizzy and then nauseous. And then that's when everything started to feel like it was spinning and the room was spinning. And then I started getting tired and all that extra stuff. But she said her sisters. And then an orb went across 2 men. And then an orb went across snitch when talking about Kanika Jenkins. About her snitching, but it went straight across snitch. But remember, 2 men, right? 2 men. The words relative, I seen the words relative and hard, cold. Like she's hard, she's cold. I really don't like seeing certain stuff sometimes, so excuse me if I'm emotional. Severe and suffered was another word, were some words that I seen afterwards. And I kept seeing like the orb just went across 2 men again, but I kept seeing like this foam stuff come out of her mouth, like she was foaming or something, like spit or something like that. It was gross. But after I seen that, I seen the words he's smacking. I don't know what that was supposed to mean, like he's smacking her or something like that. I don't know, but he's smacking. I thought it was like some type of Chicago slang or something. And then after he's smacking, oh yeah, orb went across smacking because I circled it. But the words bleeding, I kept seeing that a lot. And I just seen an orb over heartaches, but I'm gonna get to that. The words bruised her stomach and then up underneath. I couldn't remember what word I wrote, what sentence I wrote down where I heard her. And it was something like a radio, like when you can, it's like a basic, he did it. It was like echo, clear words. So I don't remember which one it was, but it's one of these. But I wrote down up underneath. Remember that, up underneath. I think that was the word, because it was dot up underneath. Yeah, that was the word. So excuse the noise, you guys, that's my brother. But Definitely, she said, yes, that was definitely the word up underneath because I dotted it. So she said, murmur up underneath. It was like I was writing down stuff and I was focused on stuff, and then it was like I could hear it, and I was like, what? Up underneath? Like, murmur up underneath. So let me keep going because I remember bringing that up on another page. Um, and then there was a sentence, she wasn't on the elevator. A orb went across the elevator. She wasn't on the elevator. What is that supposed to mean when it's across elevator? Um, and then that's when I got the word, well, I seen the word heartaches. And I got that word when I was looking at her mom's photo. It was like heartaches. And I felt physical pain over here, which I still do. Um, and then it was me seeing, I forget how I saw it. It was like her waking up, like her getting up. Um, because I wrote that she woke up at some point, which she definitely did. Let me keep my composure. Okay, so the orb went across, blaming me. Remind you, Monifa wrote all of this that I'm about to read. The orb just went across Monifa clearly, and then it went across unsolved. So let me read what. Okay, it just said the orb just went across. If anything, it's all our faults. But let me read it. The orb went across, blaming me, and then I seen the words snatched, both scratched her, and then the word punch, and the orb went across the word punch. But let me keep going. Blaming me, remind you, this is Monifa. Blaming me, it's all our faults. I don't gotta answer y'all. Supposed to look out for her. Told her mother, um, throw shade my way since third grade. So I think the basic of this was the fact that Kanika's saying that you're supposed to be my girl, you're supposed to be my home girl, my homeboy, you're supposed to be looking out for me, and we've been cool since the third grade. Why weren't you there? Why did you like? Why were you a part of this? Why didn't you help? Um, and then the words a orb went over conspired and unsolved. So this was definitely something set up. Um, And then I seen the words connection, and then I seen Monifa's face clearly. And after I saw her face, I couldn't even finish writing down my sentence because after I got that sentence, a word went across, supposed to look out for her. Remind you, Monifa said this, supposed to look out for her. And then after I see Monifa, the orb went across, supposed to look out for her, right? And then I saw a clear drink, like it looked like water almost, but it was a clear drink. And I got that bitter taste in my mouth. Like sometimes when I get that bitter taste in my mouth, depending on the situation. I mean, last time I channeled, was it Natalie Holloway? I seen like a clear drink, and it was like a clear vial, and it was being poured in her drink, and I got that bitter taste. But this time I got the bitter taste, and then I seen pills, but it looked like they were crushed like white powder. It was like white powdered pills, and then I seen an orb over security guard. Remind you, everything that I'm reading to you about the orbs, an orb led me to that page because I was on images on Google, right? And there was like text messages and stuff. And so, I'm just scrolling because I'm looking at her pictures because that's how I get into it, like looking in her eyes and certain stuff like that. But I'm scrolling down and then like orb went across, um, set up, and then what other words? It was like just random words that was just piecing in together. And if you watch my other videos, you know that spirit likes to connect in that type of form. And it's weird. Honestly, it's weird. But let me keep going. I already said security guard. And then the word unsolved glowed um, as I seen under table. So definitely something being pushed under the rug. Something doesn't want to be known. Something. I think that's why it's remaining unsolved because it's being pushed under the table. I remind you on my first page, um, remember it was dot 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 underneath, and I said something being pushed under the table unsolved. And remind you when I heard underneath, it was like broken and then underneath. So definitely, I definitely think that they could have solved this a while ago because it's very messy. especially some high teenage boys, or I'm gonna call them boys because I can't call them men in this situation. The orb just went over under rug. Remind you, underneath, and the orb just went over under rug. Come on now. I kept seeing her face. Like, I kept seeing Kanika's face. Then I seen the words new. And then I seen her mother's face. And then that's when I seen mother's daughter. And then an orb went across blaming me. Remind you, this is Monifa. I wrote down blaming me because the orb went like straight through it like this. And so blaming me, and then as I was writing it down and describing it, like I just said blaming me. And I said, when Monifa talks about tired of people blaming, and then an orb went across blaming again. I think she's really blaming Monifa, because if you go back to my last video, I said Monifa killed because I kept seeing that word. And then I wanted to say something else, but I'm gonna just wait till I get to the word that the orb went over till I say it. Alright, so these are the words that I got as I was writing down the information, because I was writing it down on my phone and then I had to like put it on paper. So as I was writing this stuff, I saw the words blood test, joking, and can't breathe. Because remember in my last video when I said she was in the freezer, I kept saying like people thought it was a joke. Like the females down there, they thought it was a joke and it was funny and blah blah blah. And so orb, this is really when I started to cry, bro. This is when I started to bawl. Like, I told y'all, I told you. And none of y'all want to believe me. It's like, oh no, she wasn't. She was already blase. A orb went straight across, frozen alive, bro. Listen, I wasn't even on that page. I went, I clicked my little tab button and I was trying to figure out what page I should go to. And an orb went straight to the page with, certain words on it. And an orb went straight to that page. I clicked it. As soon as I clicked it, bro, an orb went straight across the words frozen alive. Bro, what did I tell you? I told you in my last vision when I said Monifa killed, and I just seen the words dying. That's weird. But when I seen Monifa killed, I seen the fact that she was going like this. She was grabbing the doorknob and she was falling. She was falling like this. She was trying to grab the door. And then I see the orb go straight across, frozen alive. And I'm not even looking for these words. I'm just scrolling and then I get caught. Like an orb catches my attention over the word frozen alive. Are you serious? That is a terrible way to die, bro. A terrible way to die. And then I seen the words 20 searching. Sometimes it could be read reverse, so searching 20, or it could be some people. Well, when I first got this, it was my perspective that I just seen an orb over there. It's crazy. Somebody likes to stay over there, but it made me think of the people that are still searching for her, the people that are still involved, like certain people. And then a orb went straight over Kanika right afterwards. Like, remember how I told you how I went over Frozen Alive? After I seen that, boom, a whole nother freaking image, and then it went over Kanika. Bro, that's sad. That's got me over here emotional. I just woke up. I threw water on my face and said I'm going to make this video, despite how tired this energy made me feel, despite how weak it made me feel. I'm gonna still make this video. And then an orb, after I seen the words Kanika, a orb shot straight across the word Crown Plaza Hotel. And then it went straight across, I can't remember if this was an orb or something that like I've seen, but it was like yelling. I think it was something I seen because it was like, I kept seeing like somebody shouting. It was like, but Crown Plaza and then yelling. It could have just been her, how she feels towards them, because she did say, the orb shot across neglectant or neglectance. Something I said before in that category, but it went straight across that. And then Crown Plaza Hotel yelling. It could, neglectant staff and then Crown Plaza Hotel. So she definitely feels like they were irresponsible. But it kind of puts me on the tip side based off of what Spirit said afterwards. Hold on. Did I write it down? Uh-uh. Because I definitely seen a word over, I definitely seen an orb over blood sacrifice. I definitely seen an orb over that. Blood sacrifice. No lie, blood sacrifice. And, dang, I didn't write it down. That's probably why it's not on my paper. But, blood sacrifice, and then it went like vertical over organ and some other word. Blood sacrifice and organ? Are you serious? And then saying that the staff was neglecting, and she's definitely pointing out the Crown Plaza Hotel. Um, what else? And then a word went over used, and the sentence was people that use me. So she's definitely acknowledging the people that um used her in her physical life, and definitely I believe it's also tied into with the YouTube videos and people trying to get clout off of it. I think a lot of people, not even in her life when she was alive, but even after death, they're still using her. But I do believe that she was used during that time of death, definitely, because being set up. And then something, a org went over this sentence, well, a word in a sentence, and it said she was always a beacon of joy. And then afterwards, a orb went over bad liar. So maybe she had like a spontaneous personality, blah, blah, blah. And then people try to portray her as an image, or somebody try to lie on her about herself. What was that? Oh, it just went over Plaza Hotel again. Oh, okay. Bad liar, boom, Plaza Hotel. Okay, I see. Um, I actually saw this. It wasn't like a orb or anything. I actually saw the words threesome, and then I saw the words partner. And when I saw the words partner, I thought it would pair. Like these are two homies or two people that know each other. Definitely two people that stands out between the men. And it definitely was three men involved because threesome and then two and then partner, and then makes me think of a pair. And then after I seen that, I seen her like smiling and stuff. But I'll get to that. And then I already told you what it was, and for like a pair, but or excuse my brother, that is annoying. But hold on. The orb went over two homies because I wrote it just like this: threesome, then the words partner, and then I wrote pair, well partner for pair, and then I wrote two homies. And then an orb went over two homies. Definitely two significant people she's trying to point out here. And definitely the fact that it was a threesome. Um, and then I saw her smiling, and then as I was writing it down, and the word smiling, it was like the word joy came up. So I saw her smiling, and then she said some justice. So I do feel like she gave me all of this information because she does feel like this is getting her some closure, some justice, some type of form of justice. Because a lot of people, they didn't believe certain stuff that I said, certain things like that. And especially with her being frozen alive in the freezer, when I seen her struggling trying to open up the doorknob, and definitely the fact that the freezer door was locked. Um, a lot of people just didn't want to hear that, and I feel like now that she brought all this information to the table, um, the fact that she's acknowledging her mom, she's acknowledging Monifa, she's acknowledging the fact that they was homies, she's acknowledging the fact that the word blame. I think she is blaming her. She blames her, acknowledging the security guard. And it's crazy how, this is how crazy spirit works because it's just, it was like, I don't know, it was like Monifa, security guard, killed. Like, or it just was like boop, boop, boop. Like, she was definitely connecting the dots. I feel like a connect the dots type of person. Like, I gotta connect the dots or something. Um, what was I saying? Um, It's crazy because the orb just went over blaming again. Blaming. Monifa, come on now, sis, you gotta confess. Um, or at least confess to your part of it. for covering it up. And the fact that her stomach was bruised. Oh yeah, I gotta say this since I didn't say it in my last video. When I seen Monifa killed, you guys, I seen a fetus. I believe she was pregnant because I seen a fetus. It wasn't like fully developed, but it looked like, you know, it kind of looks still like a seed, but you know, like more like a kidney bean, but it looked more like a seed, and but it had like the little head, and it was like inside of a womb. It's weird how it showed me it because it was like this is the head, right? This is the head. And it goes like this, and it curves. It's still curved. Sick. What? I just seen the word sick. That's crazy. How are you pregnant and all this stuff happened to you? She's definitely sad about her mom because of the word heartache. As I was looking at her mom's picture, and then how I see Kanika, and then I see New, and then I see her mom, and she's like crying. I didn't say that at first, but how I seen the mom, she was crying. Definitely looking stressed out at that. And the fact that she was frozen alive. I don't keep saying the same thing over and over, but like still. It's like you have your suspects. 3 men. Two certain men. I can't tell what I just seen just now as I was talking. But an orb just keeps going over blaming. I'm looking at my paper and it just keeps going over blaming. And then the fact that they're a bad liar. Crown Plaza Hotel. Like connect the dots. Everything I wrote down in order from spirit. Like let's say you have a book of random words, right? The words go over she, and then and then like 20 lines down, it goes over used to, and then it's just like a puzzle. You know what I mean? So it's definitely spirit trying to connect something, trying to tell you something, you guys. So yeah, that's basically my update. And I do feel like she got some type of justice from this because why show me her smiling and then she definitely got hit in the face because like the whole front row of my teeth is just hurting. Like somebody just not popped me, but like smashed my face onto something like concrete. I did see that word concrete. Like she was outside at a certain point because I didn't write that down because I didn't know what it meant. But I seen the words concrete. And the whole front row of my teeth, you guys, is hurting. Like someone just smashed my face into the concrete, and my whole front row was messed up or something. As you know, like spirit makes you feel certain things. But I'm done with this video. Have a good night, good morning, wherever you are. And I was supposed to be doing a whole nother video on the 2 girls that went missing. I'll still update you on that. But yeah, that's my video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Justice for Kanika, bro. Justice for Kanika.